Hello, welcome to the weekly wind-up with myself, Emma Kirk. When David Beal tragically lost his son, out of the aftermath, an idea was born. His son Dan had been the captain of a rugby team, and the gestures of raising funds for a memorial have now been elevated to the next level to recognise the true spirit and character that his son carried. Dave is here today to talk to us about how this project is quickly evolving into a registered charity and how he wants to help youths improve their education and remain in school. Welcome to the show, Dave.
Thank you, Emma. Thanks for having me on.
I can't imagine what it must have been like for you. Can you just tell me what support you had at the time?
Well, the NHS staff were fantastic. I can't speak highly enough of the paramedics, the police, the ambulance staff, the intensive care team at Leeds General Infirmary in particular were absolutely brilliant with us, the care. And then when we left hospital after Danny had been pronounced dead, they put us into the care of the Forget Me Not Hospice in Huddersfield, and they essentially let us live there for 2 weeks while we arranged the funeral and everything, and we've had ongoing care from their therapy team since then, counselling, Reiki, massage and that sort of thing, all provided by Forget Me Not Hospice. They've been absolutely fantastic with us, they really have. Did
you know about them before this?
I'd only heard of them. They were talking about, transferring Danny to a hospice while we arranged the funeral. They originally suggested Martin House, but then of course we thought, well, that's Huddersfield, that's Wetherby, that's right across West Yorkshire. Mm-hmm. And then somebody mentioned Forget Me Not, but Forget Me Not they never looked after a family with a child who died suddenly before. They'd always looked after families of children with, who died from diseases. Yeah. So we were the first sudden death of a child that they dealt with, and you can't tell they've never done it before. I mean, they've been fantastic. They just picked us up and looked after us ever since. Just wonderful.
So do you think then part of your transition and through your grief that the development of the DB12 Foundation, do you think that's helped you and your family?
It really helps me having something to focus on, yeah, to direct my energy towards. Mm-hmm. But it came about within a couple of days of Dan's death. I mean, we visited school.
That fast?
Yeah, we visited school. They'd started collecting money. His year group, they'd collected a load of money for a memorial bench, and they put up like a shrine in the school hall. And we went to have a look at that, look at the cards and the book of condolences and that. The rugby team requested me to go and talk to them because they'd lost the captain. They'd lost one of their busiest players, one of the most influential players, and they wanted to know how to replace him. And we had a chat around it. And basically from that, they decided they'd all have to do a little bit more to replace him. And decided, somebody said, well, I'll have to be doing it for Danny. And the doing it for Danny thing just instantly made a light bulb come on in my head, and I thought, there's something here. That slogan's obviously caught with these kids. There's something here we can make of that expression, doing it for Danny. What can we do to turn it into something more meaningful?
And how did you settle on the projects that you're going? Because I know you're trying to help children to stay in school, aren't you, and further their education?
Not necessarily to stay in school, but to catch kids in the middle part of their education, so late primary, early secondary. At that point where they maybe start to drift away and sort of think school's a bit of a waste of time. And I've been doing work with on the Rugby Football Union All Schools programme. I've done the training on that, and I've also worked in schools in North Yorkshire, doing programmes where you use sport to actually deliver values rather than just teach kids about the sport and the techniques, but you talk to them about the values that are involved, and you use the sporting input to improve their behaviour. Mm-hmm. And that transfers it in the classroom, and we've had feedback from teachers that certain kids, once they've been coached in a certain way on the sports field, go back into the classroom with an improved attitude to learning. And it just struck me that that's something you can make a whole lot more of. So the idea would be to get sports coaches into schools to interact with the kids through sport, which is an activity they enjoy, to make sport more enjoyable for all children, but also to put across these core values and attitudes, and help teachers to transfer those into the classroom. Things like resilience, things like analysing your own performance and where you've gone wrong, taking responsibility for your own performance, and demonstrating to kids that the more they put in and the more they try and enjoy what they're doing, the more they'll get out of it and the better results they'll get. And just convincing kids and helping teachers to, as I say, to transfer that into the classroom so that they engage across the whole curriculum, and it drives academic achievement.
You do hear though, don't you, when the sportsmen have achieved the professional level, and they say, if it hadn't have been for this sport, I could have gone down the wrong path. Mm-hmm. So that's essentially what you're providing, isn't it? That.
Well, yes, but as I say, I'm not just looking for the kids who might go off the rails if they don't get it, but all kids, you know.
Yeah.
You know, the ones who are kind of in the middle could become much better at what they do. The ones who are right at the bottom could get to maybe an average kind of level that you know is better than what they might have achieved if they didn't have that focus and the help. You know, the help to realise that it's down to them, and they've got it in their own hands to actually make more of themselves.
I think it sounds fantastic, to be honest.
Yeah.
I know you were saying that I've looked at your social media. I know you're looking to get charity status, aren't you?
Yep.
How near are you to that goal?
I have about 5 sections to fill in.
Oh no, 5 more.
on the government website. Yeah, I've got some lengthy descriptions of things to do on the government website, but that's very close. I'm waiting on a couple of the trustees to supply me with the full contact details and things like that. I've just been sending, that's what I was doing, was sending reminders out to say, look, I need your names, addresses, blah, blah, blah.
How will that change things for you, though?
To be a charity? I think you get taken more seriously if you're actually a registered charity. Your fundraising is a lot more effective because, of course, you can gift aid things.
Right.
So immediately you can get maybe 25% more money on a fundraising event.
Right. Okay.
I just think, as I say, people are more willing to give if you're a registered charity, rather than just, you know, me saying, here I am with my hand out.
Yeah.
You know, give us some money so I can go and do this. If you're a registered charity, people just want to donate, and you.
So how have you been fundraising so far? I saw something about drinking on January instead of dry January.
Yeah, January the 12th. So we decided to hijack the 12th of January. The number 12 obviously is a big thing for us. And January the 12th just happened to be a Friday. So we had, what we did was we just said to people, instead of having a completely dry January, just that one evening, go out, have a drink, and whatever your drink costs you, donate that to us. So we set up online platforms so people could do that. And I think I had donations from people in Canada, India, Australia.
Wow.
Which is, you know, that's my social media network working there. And we also had a little get together at the Magic Rock. So we had about 50 odd people came down the Magic Rock, and they had some food, and we had a few beers there and everything. That was a really good event. So
just to finish, if you were wanting to get in touch with you to donate or to get involved with the charity somehow, how would somebody do that?
Okay, so we're working on getting a website done at the moment. We're just choosing the best designer really that understands what we're about and can do the website that we want. So for now, we're only contactable via social media. So we've got our Facebook page, which is the DB12 Foundation.
Yep.
And we also, I think, have an Instagram account, which my daughter's running. So anybody who's younger than 30 will probably want to use Instagram instead of Facebook. And that is DB12 Foundation. And we also have Twitter at Doing It for Danny. So you can get in touch with any of the social media there, and we're always happy to hear from people.
That sounds great. Thank you so much for coming in to talk to us today.
Thank you very much, Emma. Thanks for having me.
That's all we have time for, I'm afraid. So if you want to discuss this or any other topic you see on our KLTV show, the social media and contact details are on the screen. Thank you for watching. I'm Emma Kirk. Goodbye for now.